What do I want to get here? If I look at this in retrospect, I would probably say go grab yourself Phoenixes. The Wasp angle that is common against Phoenixes kinda has been handled, but I do decide to take a different route. After all, what's life without getting things interesting? My opponent sells out of the Wasps, gets the item back, and probably puts it on a Scorpion. On a level 2 Scorpion nonetheless, so this bad boy now has 160 meters of range, and is giving Stormcallers a run over some money. Speaking of Stormcallers, we have some Firecallers on the board now. And he is definitely playing tempo hard here. I've just committed into the tanks because I'm hoping that the tanks can EMP these Scorpions and just kill him. He has delayed the Wasps. Maybe he saw the Phoenix or saw a potential Phoenix angle happening. I do now have some chaff that is pushing in the front. Not much behind it, but there still is some fangs left. Unfortunately, they didn't trigger the Scorpion and got killed by the other Scorpion nonetheless. My Farseers have less range than the Scorpions, and this sledge is basically unkillable, even with the EMP that I bought for the Farseers. And now I'm in real trouble. My chaff got evaporated by fire, and it's just not working out for me here. The Scorpions are moving in, killing my entire army easily, and I don't get the XP from them. Meanwhile, they just farm me right now. Alright, it's panic time. What do I do to win this round? We have additional deployment, we have photon coating, redeployment, and Elite Tarantula probably is not the correct pick here. He goes for additional deployment. Apparently he wants as much stuff as he can. I'm just skipping here. I think everything is too expensive. I do decide to drop some anti-missile devices in the hope of making a win here, and I do decide to drop some more, which makes sense because he is going to buy more Stormcallers here. He has additional deployment, which is actually pretty lucky here. He can drop 4 Stormcallers at a time now. So what else do I do? I'm kind of through a lot of money here already, dropping 6 anti-missile devices against 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 storms. Should be a good ratio. He is mobile beaconing more Wasps, and I am trying to go for a bit of a Wraith play. Kind of fortunately, he does decide to mobile beacon these Wasps in the other direction, where they aren't killing the Wraith. And I decide, you know what, maybe the sledges just need the range to do everything they need to. But unfortunately, I don't have range on the Farseer, so they run ahead and probably get killed very quickly. EMP is somewhat starting to work here. Wraith goes in. Oops, I'm on accelerated speed. And the tower falls. Alright. Now we're cooking. The Wraith kills everything in the rear. And there literally is no more anti-air on the board for my opponent. However, I simply don't have the DPS to really compete with these big, fed Scorpions. Level 3 Scorpions are not messing around. Now the big question is, do I even have the DPS with this one Wraith? And I'm in a very rough spot here because I am going to lose all my anti-missile devices to the Scorpions. Very unfortunate. I was hoping to play some tempo here, but it didn't work out well enough because I plain didn't have a DPS on the board. If 2 Scorpions and 1 Stormcaller survive, I'm gonna be dead here. Well, that Scorpion died. The Stormcallers died, and I'm so much on the verge of death here. But I'm still alive. Alright, what is the correct choice here? Enhancing module, nano repair, advanced tactics, improved overlord, maybe? None of the other things are good for me here. This at least has a decent amount of splash that I can splash Wasps with. Well, we will see. I'm definitely with my back against the wall here. I do decide to try the overlord again. Kinda hoping that my opponent forgets about it. I do decide to counter fire Stormcall. I think that's a mistake. In retrospect, I think that is a mistake. It's not that shaft that is killing me, it's the fact that I don't have DPS against scorpions here. Meanwhile, my opponent did go for advanced defensive tactics and actually purchased some normal overlords. Not sure if they are particularly good into these. I also decide to fire here. And we will see. I didn't even get range here. One of the boats is enough to defend against the Wraith. And how will the rest of the match fare? I didn't need my own fire to ignite all of this. My opponent has delayed Wasps. I do have the ability to kill these overlords decently quickly. I still don't have amazing DPS against the Scorpions, and I think that is what I have been lacking here. It's clear to see that my army cannot compete with my opponent's army, although I'm doing better than I had remembered, honestly. It simply is a problem countering these Scorpions here. And even if I were to kill everything and only the Wasp survived, it would still kill me. Alright, that was a pretty painful one. I could have been so far ahead, but I kept getting tower sniped by a single pack of Wasps. They are so annoying. Maybe next time I do need to commit into more Mustangs, but I thought I had handled it. I didn't. It was painful. I also don't know what I could realistically have done without overcommitting against a pack of Wasps. He was simply... He had a bit of luck, but he made that luck happen. There's a difference between dumb luck and smart luck in my books. Dumb luck is when you just luck into something and it works out in your favor and you had never really planned on it doing all that hot. Smart luck is when you see something lucky and you go for it and you make it work actively. It's not a free win. You are lucky, but you make it work. And I think that is what his his round 2 laser sight Wasp play was. He got lucky, but he made it happen. And that's why I can't take anything away from this win. I felt pretty freaking stupid after this game. And let's see how I could have turned it around for a bit of satisfaction at least. Alright, my primary concern here is go for the damage and make the opponent's units disappear. And maybe I do try the improved Overlord. I definitely go sell out of this, and I definitely still take the oil. And I definitely also take temporary buffs. Overlords improved as well should be a fairly decent amount of DPS. This should get rid of a fairly decent amount of units. And then we go and pick the Overlord. Can throw 2 down. And probably get range on them. Then I have 300 left for whatever I want, I guess. I cannot get Farseer range here. If I could, that would be sweet, but I can't. I don't even think levels on the tanks are good. Maybe we just go for marksman range. So that they can compete with other units. Let's try that and see how it works. So this time around there is nothing in the flank that is completely wasted. And I have units that can actually deal some DPS. You can definitely see that they are evaporating the tanks. Improved Overlord grants these Overlords 30% attack and defense. And they should be trading very well into my opponent's army. The Wasps do come in now, but the Overlords have splash and there are some Mustangs left. A lot of Wasps just died. And my opponent does not as of yet have any anti-air, which means I should win this one pretty handsomely right about now. Well, not pretty handsomely. There is a lot of stuff left and my boats are inhibited. But at the same time, they have the DPS to kill these Scorpions. And also the Stormcrawlers. And then I'm winning the round. Alright, improved Overlord would have been the play here. Not the Stormcrawlers, but just the Overlords. Alright, another round 1 turnaround. I think that day I probably was just not really playing all that well. And again, I took down some high-level players, so maybe I should say that match I wasn't playing all that well. Anyway, thanks again for watching and listening. I somewhat hope that you are inspired by this Wasp play, and I also somewhat hope you are not, because it's painful. But, you know, if you are behind, it seems that Wasp can really turn it around. Like, I thought I was safe so many times and still got absolutely tower sniped. The trick with moving them further up here, going for a mobile beacon. That was just beautiful. Yeah, thanks for watching and listening. And until next time.